Okay, so what I'm going to teach you today is a quick and easy way of finding temple work to do for your ancestors. So the first thing, it's in Family Search. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have that app downloaded on your phone or your tablet. This is easiest to do on a phone or a tablet. It's harder to do on a computer. It doesn't have the same things. Okay, so make sure you have that. This is Android and this is Apple. And I will point that out, difference between Android and Apple when there is a difference. If I don't point it out, it's the same. So once you sign in to your Family Search account, this is the same. It will look the same way on either thing. It looks like this. This is me. Here's my tree. And here I can hit these arrows to take it back further. So you want it back further, you just hit the arrows and keep going until you get where you want to be. Okay. Then right here, I am looking for somebody that was born about 1900. And then I'm going to go back from there to do this. So I'm looking for someone born about 1900. So I'm starting with, I like to start to the left and work my way across when I do something so I can keep track of where I am. But you can go whatever way you want to do it, however you'd like. So 1895 is when my grandpa was born, which is just about perfect. So we're going to start with him. And I want to go 5 generations back from him. So the first one would be Thomas Home, which is my great-grandpa. So right here, I have Thomas. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm at Anne Mansell. Here she is here. So, and then she's married to John Home. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you click on. I have same descendants, unless one of them has more than one wife and children by the other one. So, and then you're going to click on your ancestor. This time I clicked on John. And it will bring you to their details page. I like to call it their person page. It just has their details on it. But right here, I have these 3 dots, which will take me to a menu where I can go Descendants With Tasks. That's on Android. On the Apple, the 3 dots are going the other direction, but it's still the same thing. You click there and you have Descendants With Tasks. So either way works. And then you're going to click Descendants With Tasks. And it will bring up the descendants that have temple work to do or record hints. And for today, we just want to concentrate on the temple work. So we are going to adjust these 2 things up here. And it doesn't matter which order you do it in. So let's go here, 3 generations. I want to change that to 5. So I just click in here and go down to 5 generations. It's the same thing on the Apple. Go here from the 3 to the 5 generations and click on it. Okay, now I want to filter out these record hints that don't go with the temple. So these 3 lines on my Android will give me the filter. And then I could change it to temple. On the Apple, I couldn't find anything. You have to pull down. This is not, you can't see it. So if you pull down on the screen though, it will pop up and then change it to temple. Okay? Okay, so now I have the temple work. This is the temple work that needs to be done. So let's go over these emblems for just a second here. A lot of you probably know them, but some of you might not. The green temple without the little circle means nobody's got it. It's just sitting out there waiting for you, and you have 3 years. It used to be 2, but they raised it to 3 now. You have 3 years to get that work done before it shares it with the temple. Okay? So there you go. You've got 3 years. Now, the temple with the little circle means somebody else has it reserved. They shared it with the temple, but you can pull it out of that line, that long line waiting to go into a temple, and get it done quicker for them. So if you don't have a lot of work to do, grab those and get them done for, it's your ancestors and you're getting them done for a relative that you probably don't even know, but it's okay, you know. So if you haven't got a lot of temple work to do, you can grab those. As long as you can get them done in 4 months, grab them and get them done. It's hugely helpful. Okay, I have a ton of temple work to do. I will not get these done in 4 months. No way, no how. I call them a time bomb and I avoid them at all costs. But, like I say, if you don't, and if you haven't got a lot of temple work and you can do them, oh, good gravy, take them. Huge help. So that's those. And then the orange ones, the person doesn't have a date or place. Okay, we've got a name but no date and place. And really on this one, you don't even have a name. Mrs. G.H. Graham, it's like Mrs. Paul Versey. What's my first name? It's not Paul. What's my maiden name? It's not Versey. Okay, but it needs more research. But all you need for most of them is a date and a place. And you can find a lot of it in their sources. Like people attach sources and don't move that information over. and put it in the right spot. And so a lot of times you can find it in their sources. The other thing you can do is look, and if they're married, you look to see when their first child was born and in what town. And then you give a wedding date that they were married about a year before that child was born in that town. And that's all they need. It doesn't have to be a personal date and place. The wedding date will do it for both of them. So that works too. And the other way you can find dates and places is if they aren't married, but they have siblings and stuff, you can look and see where all the siblings were born. If they're born in the same town, put them born in that same town about the years that the others are born. And it gives you a place to start researching. It also makes it so you can do their temple work. Okay, so like I say, avoid these circles. So avoiding the circles, we're going to go with Mary Hone, because that avoids the circles. Okay, so Mary Hone is here, and lo and behold, she has a circle. Okay, I found this often. So you can't always trust those circles to not really be there. But luckily for me, she has the circle on Selling to Parent, which is awesome because I need Selling to Parents. It's the only thing I'm caught up on. And so I am taking her, and I just did her today. But so happy to find her. However, Edward, I am really sorry, I'm going to leave him behind because I can't get his done. So I'm taking Mary, and I'm hitting continue. And when I do that, it wants to know if I am going to comply with the church temple ordinance policy, which means she's got to be related to me. My maiden name's Home. She's related. And, but in any way, those got to be related to me, adoptive, foster, biological, aunt, uncle, cousins, in any way. Okay? So that's good. Or a possible ancestor, meaning that she, okay, so like, take the town Trimley St. Martin in Suffolk, England. Tiny little town. It has bugs. Buggs. And they're all related to Paul. And I have found how most of them are related to Paul, but there are still some that I haven't figured out how they connect yet. I can still do their work and just keep researching until I figure out that connection. But there is a logical sense that they are really related. And so I can go ahead and do their work without having that research completely done yet. So when I say that I'm going to comply, I just click this little square. When I do that, it makes this dark blue, and I can then click on it, and it will add it to my temple list. Okay? And then here's some more. So these guys, Ralph is ready to go. And so I can do him. I could maybe even take this Selling to Spouse. I don't want the endowment one. So you click and unclick whatever you want, and then you just click in the square saying that they're related. They aren't just some random person you found. And then it will make it dark, and you can add family names. And then you have them in your temple thing. So when I request a family name, this is one that's ready to go, and there's no problem. Sometimes there's view duplicates, and they have duplicates, and you need to do some things with that. I have people who just skip those, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. If you want to do this, I have another video where you can watch to see how to merge duplicates that will give you a little hint on that. And so just either way is fine. If you want help with doing it, you write down their name and their ID number, and then your board temple consultant, family history consultant can help you. Your family search center can help you, and you can even call the helpline at Family Search, and somebody there will help you. So there's lots of ways to get help if you would like some help on doing that. Okay, so now I've got these names in the temple thing. What am I supposed to do now? Okay, well, we need to go find them. So to get to the temple on the Android, you've got the 3 lines over here. You're going to click on that, and it will bring down where you can get to the temple. So there's that. On the Apple, okay, let's go back one page. On the Apple, I forgot to tell you, it's down here at the bottom of the page. It says temple. You click on it, and it will take you to the temple list. Okay, this is your temple. My reservation's right here. So you can see Mary Home's in here, and here is Ralph to be done, his ceilings, and that. Okay, so I've taken Ralph, but I have a ton of temple work to do. And you have to rotate and do the oldest ones first, and not do those new ones right off the bat, because your oldest ones will stay there forever. So I share with the temple. And then, so to share with the temple, I just click on it, and then I go down here. If I wanted to do it, I would go take to the temple and print it. If I went, oops, You know what? I can't do that. I would unreserve it and leave them there in Never Never Land, or share. And in this case, I am going to share. So right here it says share. I can share with an individual. Just put in their email and send it to them. And when they click the link that goes with it, they can say accept and they can take that. You really don't have to do that anymore, though, because if you share it with the temple, they can just go in and get it themselves. So that works. You can share with the temple or share with a group, and you can make your own family group. So I have a family group with Paul and my husband with his siblings and all of his cousins and nieces, nephews, and our children. So they're in there, and I keep that with names so that they can just go in and get baptism, initiatory, endowment, whatever they want, and just print it off anytime they want. And then they just let me know when it's starting to get low. They're like, hey, Teresa, you need to put more baptisms in. And I put more in. So that works great. You have this, and it just says, okay, what do you want to share? Well, I want to share all of that. So I just click on each one of those, and then I go continue, and it will put them in there. Now, President Nelson has told us that we should be gathering Israel on both sides of the veil. He didn't say pick enough for dinner. He said to harvest and gather and then share. Okay? Those who are waiting out there, so it's like we have this one tree, and we're picking off this one tree, and we're just going to take enough that we can get done, and then we'll go back and get a few more, and then we'll go back and get a few more. Okay? But we are in this orchard that it is going for as far as the eyes can see, and we're just picking a couple off one tree. There are so many people out there who need their temple work done. So instead of doing the pick a couple and leave method, every time you find temple work for an ancestor that nobody has and nobody has shared, that's no little clock on the temple, even if you can't do it, grab it and share it. And then you have to remember, if you've got some shared, you have to rotate your shared, just like food storage, okay? Only you have to be better at it, because I'm not that good at food storage. But I put them in. As soon as I get them, I immediately share them to the temple. When I am done with the ones that I have printed and I need more, I go into my shared file and I look for the oldest ones, the ones that have been there the longest, and I take those to do next. And I always do that. And so I'm taking the older ones, and what it does is it takes years for them to actually get shared to a temple most of the time. And so and it's going to take me years to get to them too, because there's one of me, and I mean, the family's helping, but there's still not that many of us, and there's tons to do. So, but they have like a 75% chance greater of getting their temple work done if they're at least in line. At least they're in line. They're going to get done sometime. Those ones that are just sitting out there in the orchard and nobody's picked at all, they might not ever be found until the millennium, and that could be a while. So just gather them up and share them. If you have any questions for those in my ward, just call me, Teresa Versi, or Sue Rose, and we would be happy to help you. For anyone else, call your ward family history consultant, or go to your local family search center, or call the helpline on family search, and you can get help any of those ways. Thank you for listening.